Oh, we've come to the end of the road. Still I can't let go. It's unnatural. Ooh, you belong to me. Ooh, I belong to you. Shout out to Boys to Men. Them boys can't win. We've come to almost the end of Big Brother. Hit the like and subscribe button as the intro plays. All right, so what was happening overnight? Well, or yesterday? Ava tapped in and decided to pitch against her girl Ashley. You know, Ashley, her final two. But this is her last ditch effort with Vinny.
If I win against you?
Well, you definitely don't want against Ashley either.
You don't think
she
so?
has Rachel, Keanu, Will, me, chamber locked.
Hmm.
Like, she already has a speech prepared, brother.
Yeah, I figured. I feel like my only way to win is to win the final 3 HOH anyways, just to add an extra win to my belt. And then decide, I guess. But there's I guess there's a couple different elements that come into play.
If you just want my honest opinion, I think Ashley has Rachel, Keanu, Will, me. Period. If you take me and I get third place, you could have me and Will as votes for you, as well as Lauren. The difference with taking me is if Morgan wins, you could be guaranteeing yourself third place.
Right.
If you take me, you are for sure going to at least have the chance to state a case for your game.
Right.
If you take Ashley, you may not even get the opportunity to state a case for your game.
You think she takes Morgan if she won?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But even if she did win, she will have Rachel. Keanu promised her his vote.
Did he really?
Yes. That's why she's saying she knows she has the votes.
That's crazy.
Rachel, Keanu, me, Will. And then, that's not to say, and if you do turn on Morgan, she could have Morgan. And Kelly, if Kelly hates you.
Yeah.
Was Vinny receptive? We shall see. So, are they recognizing or starting to see that Ashley isn't as dumb as they thought she was all season? Because, Vinny and Morgan were sitting down, after Vinny came and told what Ashley had said to him about how she would not take Morgan to the final two, which I think was a bad mistake on her part to say that. But, so because he was just going to do what? Run and tell Morgan. So they were both sitting down discussing what Ashley's case could be should she make it to final two.
Not only was I able to go from the house target to, because she wasn't even Rachel's little mini-me until week 5. Because Amy and Rachel were still tight week 2. Week 3, it was Jimmy, Rachel with like kind of extension of Ashley. But I remember Ashley wanted to get away. She didn't want to be involved in that. So I would say like week 4, when you and Vince were on the block, was when she was kind of, when you and Zach were on the block, was kind of when she was under Rachel's wing because Jimmy left. So she was the house target week 1, was completely avoided week 2. Well, not week 2. Jimmy wanted her on week 2. Because remember one time he's like, I swear to God, if Ashley says one more stupid thing to me, I'm throwing her up on the block. But he didn't, because he had 2 noms. He could have put her up, and he didn't. So avoided week 3, although she was also an option. So it's like she was the target week 1. She was an option week 2 and 3, was never officially put up there. She was not an option for week 4 because that was Mickey, although she would have been if it was Riley. Week 5, she was not an option. Week 6, she was not an option. Week 7 for you, she was not an option because of the judges. So it's like her story could easily be, I went from being the house target to someone that people potentially looked at but never fully committed because of my decision to align with Rachel. People were too afraid to put us up because if you put me up, you put up Rachel. You don't put us up separately. Kiana put me up as a renom, ensuring that someone would go home. So I was used as a weapon that week. And I made it through jury behind my two shields, Morgan and Vince, in my alliance, and didn't have to win because I knew that they were going to take me to the end. And I knew I was going to have a free ride to the finals because I convinced both of them that I was the free ride to the win based on my social game. That could be an angle that she uses. Is that? I'm not sure. Ashley's very intelligent.
Probably.
Ashley is very intelligent.
So I'm a little bit nervous that Vinny, because we know Morgan's not going to use the veto on to take Ashley or Ava off the block and put up Vinny. So I'm afraid that Vinny might actually pull the okie doke on Ashley today. I hope not. I hope he doesn't, because he did say to Morgan, when should we tell Ava? So maybe he's sticking by his guns, but who knows? You never know with Vinny. Vinny says one thing and does the other thing. Vinny tells people what they want to hear.
Just say, you do what I tell you to do.
And speaking of telling people what they want to hear, I want to address something that someone in the comments said yesterday. It was, let me find it. I got to pull it up again. It was from PCB_Amy. It's not like Vinny has never had a job. He could have paid for his travels himself. He's just unemployed right now. A lot of us go through that. I've been laid off from 2 different jobs in my life. It's not easy finding a job after that, especially one you love. I feel like we need to give him a little grace on being unemployed. It's a tough job market out there right now. Amy, PCB_Amy. And I actually responded back, but I'm going to say this. If anybody knows that it's a tough job market out there, it's me. It's me. Because I'm a freelancer. I've been a freelancer basically since 2007. I've had some full-time jobs along the way, but pretty much I've been a freelancer. Some might call me a permanent lancer because I could stay at projects for like 2 years at a time, but I know the ups and downs of the job market.
Shit.
Back in 2007, Amy, I was laid off and I had just purchased a condo. So I was scrambling and scraping to survive, and it wasn't good times.
After I finished paying them, I still walked out the door with 140 big ones.
So I know, but what I do know is pivoting. I do know when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. I do know, like I have done every side hustle in the book. When freelancing is good, it's great. When it's not good, it's the pits. I have been from a point where I have made $150,000 a year to the next year making $4,000 a year. Even my accountant said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Of course I'm sure." But you know what else I've done? Again, side hustles. In this economy where gigs are the thing, Vinny could be doing Uber, Vinny could be doing DoorDash, Vinny could be pet sitting, Vinny could, well, he can't Airbnb because he lives at home.
No shade, no shade.
All those things I've done. I even had a cupcake business once upon a time. I used to actually make handmade bags and jewelry. That was actually kind of lucrative, but I got tired of doing that. But what I'm saying is you have to pivot. And you can't have this woe is me mentality.
Never had like a passion that I'm good at. I've never found like any jobs that I was good at.
Although I think that woe is me mentality is Vinny's game, but it's that whimpery, it's that weenieism that he displays. It's that crying and the world is ending if he doesn't win Big Brother. It's that telling people everything they want to hear, but then saying, "I'm a piece of shit." That's why we make fun of Vinny over here.
Okay.
And like I said in the comments, this is all for entertainment purposes because, again, I have been laid off multiple times as well. I have aged out of my career. A client once told one of my friends, a creative director, that I don't want anybody over 30 working on my business. So, how do you think that makes me feel
I fit in partially.
in my big age? But Amy, thank you for your support. And I did hear you. That's why I'm addressing this. And I'm telling this to everybody. If you are in a position where you don't know where to turn, there's always money out there on the table. And thankfully, YouTube is starting to actually pop. Thankfully, because here where I live now, the gig economy isn't the same as it was in Chicago. And once upon a time, when I was Airbnb-ing a room in my condo as well as pet sitting. At one point, I had 5 dogs and 1 human, all in a 1,000 square foot unit. But I made it work. Thankfully, it worked. So hopefully Vince can get off his ass and stop whining. So we had some alone time with Ashley while she was doing her makeup, and she was saying how appreciative she was of this opportunity, unlike Vinny who whines a lot, and how she, your girl's not strong, but she would like to be on The Amazing Race.
It's truly an amazing production, an amazing show. Yeah, and I'll never forget my experience here. Spoiler alert, I would love to do Amazing Race. But I really enjoyed my experience here, and no matter what happens, on Sunday, I know I was meant to be here. Whether if that's to be second place, third place, or win. I know that this experience was meant for me.
Now, Ashley, you better get some strength if you're going to be on The Amazing Race. There's a lot of adventure there. But, yeah. And then later on, they had a little not so slumber party. Remember, they were supposed to be having a slumber party, and they were getting in deep. And I think it probably made Vinny a little bit uncomfortable because, Ava said that, homeless guys, they're good.
It's something. Vinny, cover your ears. Vinny, cover your ears.
I cover his ears.
I was gonna say, honestly, I think I'm just gonna call it like I see it. Broke guys are better in bed.
I'm screaming.
And I said what I said, and
I'm screaming. They're about to meme this. They're about to meme this.
like America, like the ladies know because a rich man could have it
Vinny's
all.
still covering his
He
ears.
could have the cars, he could have the money, he could have the job, he could have everything,
Except
and a woman is still gonna go back to that broke guy because the nigga's just so good.
I'm not saying Ava's not spitting, bro.
And that's the truth of it.
I will. Okay, this is what I will say. Do I think it's only quote unquote broken? But what I will say is a rich, just because he has all the money and all of this, if your chemistry is not, if the flame is not,
chemistry and character.
if the flame isn't burning, no matter how much money you have, you can't keep me around.
Like, think about it.
And that's not. I'm not talking about the sexual flame, just in general.
Chemistry,
flame, sexual flame,
character.
Think
yes,
about
who they are.
Think about it this way. Literally, it is a media.
Titanic.
It is a media fact. Titanic, The Notebook, Aladdin.
Not
What?
Aladdin. She's talking about Jasmine was getting crazy on the flying carpet.
I mean, serious. In our media, it is kind of a thing.
They're the best. And I've heard that, but I'm not interested in a homeless guy. I don't care. Or homeless. I'm good if you're just okay and have a job and you're gainfully employed and have a home. But, that may have made Vinny feel a little bit good or uncomfortable. I don't know how it made Morgan feel. All right, so drop to the comments and like and subscribe.